We have another question here from someone I want to answer. He's a Romanian guy. Thanks for the super chat.
Fratele meu.
What would each of you tell your 17-year-old self?
Well, let's not answer time travel questions like buy Bitcoin or some stupid shit like that. Let's actually, what would I stop wasting your time? So I was 17. I was working at a fast food restaurant making sandwiches. Now the internet didn't really exist as such, but looking back on it, it was part of my journey. And I regret nothing because I ended up where I am. So would I even go back and tell myself anything is the question. If I had to, it would be to not burn so much of my time. Let's talk to the 17-year-olds who are listening. You know, do you finish your job, come home, play video games, etc.? That's what I used to do when I was 17 a little bit. What I didn't do is come home and think, okay, fuck, let's work on something new. Let's try and build something. Let's start a YouTube channel. Let's start creating content instead of consuming content. I'd tell myself to be a little bit more proactive with my free time and not fuck around so much. Starling, let's go on the line.
Yeah, I'd tell myself, don't bother pursuing like a chemistry degree and go straight into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
That was basically it.
So you have a chemistry degree?
I do. I have a double degree in chemistry.
So you're mixing the drinks tonight then?
I think you're
come on, chemistry boy.
Why don't you believe in traditional education?
It's a complete.
No, this is important because this is one of the biggest proportions. This is one of the biggest proportions of people's lives and debt, and it's also one of the biggest lies that's purported by society. This is a really big, important subject. So why, as someone who's been through the educational system, because I've never been through it, right? I have my views on it, but you've been through it. Why do you not firmly believe in the educational system?
Well, first of all, university is just one big booze up. For the most part. It's like a 4-year booze up.
That would be terrible.
Losers.
Well, we booze with purpose.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a booze up that you're paying for in debt.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're wasting all the most precious years of your life. These years where you've got so much vitality and inspiration and drive and hunger. And instead of actually channeling that into, learning a monetizable skill, which you can get financial independence from and location independence with, right? You're channeling it into rote learning something, ending up in a career where you're going to be miserable working a 9-to-5 job for the rest of your life, and maybe running around chasing after some pussy. That's really what you're spending 4 years doing. That time would be much better spent learning practical, valuable skills like sales, marketing, etc., things that in today's day and age, which you can leverage your time on so you can live a lifestyle you actually want to, because you talk about this all the time. Like the collapse is coming, man, and we're very fortunate that we kind of got out early enough.
Yeah.
But some of these young kids who are like, if you're a young kid right now in university, man, a traditional university, I feel sorry for you. Like that's scary. That would scare the shit out of me.
Dark days are coming. Dark days are coming. Justin Waller, what would you tell a 17-year-old version of yourself? I wonder if I'm going to get flagged for racism, racial discrimination.
You should.
Hey, I used to live in Indiana. If I'd never moved to London, I'd be talking like you too. That's why I nail the accent so perfectly. That's a poll right there. All right, you talk, I'll do the poll.
What's the poll?
Did I nail the accent?
Yeah, you nailed it. Man, 17, I would tell you that if it hurts, you might be doing the right thing.
That's good.
Go find pain. Most of the time, you're going to find a reason. If you think something is going to hurt or it's scary to you, that's probably what you should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's going to the gym, if it's going to talk to that girl that nobody else will go talk to because she's too pretty, if it's taking a fight or trying to make a sale that's bigger than you thought it should be, going after some big kind of revenue, asking for a contract that's bigger than what you're used to or you think that is possible for you.
Enjoying yourself playing American football like you did? You got a badass scar, by the way.
Yeah, it's a bad boy.
Go
Go do something that's painful, whether it be from physical pain or fear. And most of the time, if you can find that and go towards it, go looking for that pain, especially at that young age when your testosterone's so high, then you're probably doing the right thing. You're probably on the right path. Do that. You know in your gut. Do that. Go after that.
17-year-old Andrew, what would you tell yourself?
I think Justin actually nailed it.
He did.
No, you nailed it.
Do hard things.
Name a single attribute for masculinity which is going to come from a place other than trauma or pain. I talk about this all the time. People say I've had a traumatic life. I say, well, then you're very, very fortunate. You had a traumatic life. Now, you may have misused that trauma. You may have misplaced it. You may have accepted the matrix telling you that you now have an excuse to fail, as opposed to using it to grow. But every single man of value went through trauma, and they went through pain. It's going to be painful to get strong, painful to get rich, painful to become important. It's going to be painful to become good with women. Your heart's going to get broken a bunch of times. You have to be prepared for the pain. If you're not ready for pain, You're never going to be anything that matters. So Justin just absolutely and utterly nailed it. My kickboxing coach used to say to me, I used to come in the gym, say, what do you hate the most? And I say, I hate running. I say, okay, you're going running. I say, why? He goes, because whatever you hate is what you need. Whatever you hate is what you need. I wanted to spar, bag work, pads, no problem. Running, I didn't want to run, but that's what you need. And that's what life's about. You're not going to be able to go through life avoiding pain and also becoming a man of quality. You're going to have to be that guy who's been through so much shit that he can wake up and go, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing compared to back then. This ain't nothing compared to that time. You know, and if you're not going to be that guy, then you're going to always suffer the consequences of not being that guy. There's pain to become important, and there's pain in not being important. So you have to make a choice. So I think Justin absolutely utterly nailed it. I think his answer is even better than mine could be. You need to find something you're afraid of, find something that could hurt you, and go do it. And that's one of the great things about being young, right? You're basically superhuman.
Yeah.
All of us are our age. We're all in our 30s. I remember when I was 21, bro, I
Run
could
through a wall.
Bro, I could drink all night.
Yeah.
I'd run 20 miles.
Fight all
you couldn't
day.
hurt me. Like I had Wolverine-like healing abilities. And this is actually one of the problems with the world today. I noticed the internet's fucked this up because we have all these youngsters who have a voice. They all think they know something on Twitter and on the internet, these kids, right? When I was 23, 22, I didn't know shit. I'm 35 now. I'm one of the smartest men on the planet. And when I was 23, I didn't know shit. When you're 35, you're definitely going to still be a dumbass. So when you're 23 like you are now, you don't know anything. Your only attribute is the fact you have Wolverine-like healing abilities and you're not using it. Stop talking, start listening, get out there, get hurt, get the fuck back up. And there's a degree, there's also something I want you to comment on from the football perspective, but there is a degree of wisdom that comes from physicality. I learned a whole bunch of shit about the world from just having my ass kicked. It wasn't even conversations. It was just getting beaten up. And you learn about the world I write tweets, people are like, that's so wise. Where'd you learn that? I was like, oh, kicked in the face. That's how.
Yeah, dude, I didn't learn
Physicality
shit.
is reality.
I didn't learn shit in the classroom in college. I learned everything on the field. And what it does when you go find pain in the real world, when it's emotionally hard, you can go back to, oh, I physically have gone through way worse than this. So I trust myself in a different way.
It's true.
And what I'd add to that about what Andrew was saying is that you can tell the size of a man by the size of his problems. So you need to get your ass out there and go find pain, because pain is in big problems. And then also, like he said, as you're able to take on bigger and bigger problems, those things get less and less painful. So a lot of people, like that Facebook thing we're looking at the other day, guys like, it's $80 for a half a tank of gas. That means he can't fill his tank up.
Yeah.
I am so far past, I had that problem in high school, $5 at a time,
Me
bro.
too.
You know what I'm saying?
I ran out of gas.
Yeah, we were like I remember like gauging, okay, shit, I can go this much past E before I have to push this motherfucker. Go find big problems, because in those problems are pain. And the more pain you can take and the more problems you can solve, the bigger those problems are, the bigger you'll be as a man. And it's my favorite quote. You can tell the size of a man by the size of his problems. Go get some.
No, absolutely.